Hey everyone, welcome back to Island Vibe Cooking. Today we are making loaded chicken baked potatoes. Absolutely delicious. I'm not going to do a lot of talking here. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoy it, and let's dive in. Alright guys, we are using one russet potato, nice and clean. What you're going to do, you're going to grab yourself a fork and just poke some holes on there. That way the air can circulate. Just a few holes. And that should be good. Now I am going to drizzle a little bit of oil. Rub that in. And then we are going to add in some salt. I like to add a lot of salt, just so the salt will pretty much soak in all that moisture from the potato and make it nice and fluffy instead of looking wet. Okay, so good amount of salt. And now we are going to fold that very tight so we can bake this. Next, I'm going to place the potato into a baking dish. We're going to bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes on 350. Alright guys, I am starting by using 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. These has a little bit of fat. I am going to trim the fat off. Then we can dice the chicken thighs into bite-sized pieces. Now you can use breast for this recipe as well, you know, if you don't have chicken thighs. Now I'm going to dice them up, something like this. And that's how you're going to dice them up. Just small bite size, nothing major. Alrighty. Alright guys, it's time to season my chicken. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil on here. Mix that together, rub it in, you know. And for the seasoning, I'm using Island Vibe seasoning today. I'm gonna leave that link below for you. It's a Cajun seasoning, also can be used on fish, chicken, whatever, seafood, pretty much. Give that a nice season, just like this. About a tablespoon should do. Now we're going to leave the rest for the sauce. So that's perfect. Mix it all together. And now we're ready to pan sear our chicken. Alright guys, I am going to pan sear my chicken. I have my skillet on medium-high heat. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil in here, just like so. And then we are going to add in our chicken. We're going to pan sear that for about 3 minutes per side. So just give it the time for it to turn golden brown. It is nice and golden brown, as you can see, and it's ready to be flipped. So it smells so good. All the flavors, the smell is absolutely delish, okay? You have thyme, parsley, chili powder in here, garlic powder. Ooh. I'm gonna let that go for another minute or two, then we'll remove, set aside. Alright guys, I'm ready to take my chicken out. It's smelling absolutely delicious. Oh, it's leaning. So let's remove. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to grab the same skillet and you're going to add in about half a small onion. I have about 1/4 of a bell pepper. I'm going to saute that for a little bit. Next, we're going to add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm going to cook that for about 10 seconds. Once that is nice and fragrant, you're going to add in about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Smells amazing. Now to season, I'm using the Island Vibe seasoning. Again, add a tablespoon of that seasoning in. Give it a little mix. Allow that to simmer for a little bit. You can taste it for salt or pepper at this point. And we're also going to add a handful of cheese. I'm using 4 Mexican cheese. Give it a little mix. And there you have it, a creamy, delicious, maybe a little bit more of that seasoning. Creamy, delicious sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of salt in here. And there you go. Creamy, delicious sauce ready to go. All right, guys, my potatoes ready. It's very hot, so I'm going to try to remove it from the foil. Remove it from the foil. All right, this is how I like cutting my potatoes. You're going to grab a knife and I don't know which side. I'm going to basically just cut it like this. I'm trying to. It is hot, okay? It is super duper hot. And you're going to grab yourself another bowl and just basically remove the potato flesh. Place it into a bowl, just like that. Okay, I want to get every single potato flesh as I can. So this is that, and you're going to scoop the potato just like this and place it in here. Sometimes I cook 2 potatoes just so I can have enough of the filling, but today we are using just 1 because we have a lot of chicken going over this potato, okay? Don't remove too much so it's not flimsy and start falling apart. So this should be enough. Now to this, I am going to add a little bit of lemon pepper. Yes, lemon pepper, a little bit of butter. Make it nice and buttery. Mix it up. I'm going to use a little bit of that creamy sauce. That's how I always do it, okay? A little bit of that creamy sauce, mix it together. It smells so good. And I don't like making it too mushy, I would say. How do I say it? Creamy. I want the chunk of the potatoes in there. And I'm going to move this into the shell. Before I do, let me add a handful of cheese. This is 4 Mexican cheese going in, so it can be nice and cheesy. Just like this. And now it's time to put this back inside the potato shell. So you're going to grab a scoop of that, place it in just like this. Add a little bit of that sauce in. A little bit of that chicken. A little bit of that chicken. Yes, yes, yes. Looks so good. More of that potatoes. This is perfect. Add some cheese, why not? More of that creamy sauce. I like to add a lot, okay? Some more of that chicken. That's how I do it. A layer of each. Can't go wrong. It's gonna come out so good and so beautiful, so mouth-watering. I'm going to add the remaining of that on top. It might look too much, but it's not. It's gonna come out so good. So good. Add a little bit more of that creamy sauce. And what you're going to do, add a lot of cheese on top. A lot of cheese on top, okay? Now we're going to bake this on 350 again for about 10 minutes. Oh yes. Now we wait for about 10 minutes. All right guys, the potatoes are ready. It's looking so good. Some might call this messy. I call this loaded. Okay? Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. And it tastes good too, let me tell you. Absolutely flavorful. And take a bite of that, guaranteed. You're gonna eat the whole thing by yourself. Alright guys, I am ready to give this loaded potato a try. It smells absolutely mouth-watering, and of course, it's going to be delicious, okay? So cheers, everyone. Cheers, everyone. getting new ideas, okay? I cannot wait to actually make another recipe with this. This is really, really good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you never tried my baked potato recipe, may this be your first loaded chicken baked potatoes. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next recipe. Bye, guys.